Baseball is a sport that is not exclusive to lifers, but it tends to have them. America's pastime is one that takes time, and a lot of it at that. Our Rick Bozich looks at a Louisville Bats pitcher, Randy Wynne, who has put in a ton of time into his journey.
There are a lot of ways to live a life, and I think it doesn't matter which one you pick. I've picked throwing a ball.
Randy Wynne has always had a ball throwing a ball.
Whether that means I'm throwing a ball for money or for someone else, like, I'll probably just always throw a ball.
Little league or high school, growing up in San Diego, and now a pitcher for the Louisville Bats.
And I love throwing a ball.
Healthy or with an elbow that required surgery.
I didn't realize yet that I needed the Tommy John surgery, so I tried to throw for about a year. So all my scholarships got dropped.
Junior college, small college, 4 seasons of semi-pro where he made as little as $600 a month.
I worked at Wetzel's Pretzels before the Arizona Winter League. That was how I saved up money to go to the Winter League. I was working at them all.
In 2019, the Reds found him in Evansville, the start of his journey to Greenville, Tennessee, Dayton, Ohio, Chattanooga, and then Louisville. Most guys had already given up.
I think it's a great story to tell your young prospects, who sometimes have been catered to their whole career. Just to see a guy fight for everything he's ever gotten.
We have another major league debut.
Last year, at 30 years old, he learned all that fighting paid off. Wynne got the word from Kelly that he was leaving to pitch for the Reds, making his big league debut.
I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. Definitely cried a little bit.
I mean, talk about a dream come true.
Wynne was in Charlotte. He had a 3 a.m. Uber to the airport. Almost missed his flight. Got to Great American Ballpark less than an hour before the game.
I don't think he slept more than maybe a couple minutes last night.
I've got to convince the guys at the gate that I'm actually here for the game, that I'm a player. So they look me up and they let me in.
Wynne expected to watch. Wrong.
From indie ball to the minors to the big leagues at 30 years old.
I couldn't feel my feet hitting the ground. It felt like every cell in my body was vibrating.
Then he had to pitch. On no sleep against one of baseball's best lineups, including all-star Ronald Acuna Jr., who doubled off Wynne twice.
And so he stayed on second, calling me little man. His celebration, and I'm looking at him, and that's when it really dawned on me that I'm in the show.
Not that little.
What a debut for Wynne.
Wynne faced 11 hitters. He retired 7, walked 1, and allowed 3 hits. He threw 34 pitches and celebrated every one.
After the first out, I remember looking around the stadium and going, that's so many people. It's people all the way up to the lights, all the way around.
After only 3 hours and 28 minutes, his major league adventure was over.
And applause on a job well done by Wynne.
The Reds took a flight to Baltimore. Manager David Bell told Wynne he was driving back to Louisville to pitch for the Bats.
I remember looking at my wife going are we serious? That was real.
Usually a big league call-up lasts at least a week. Players call it a cup of coffee.
I jokingly told the boys that they should call me half a cup. I skipped stretch and missed the post-game stuff.
Unless the story isn't over.
I'd be lying if I didn't say that this whole offseason I wasn't convinced that I'm not going to be the one-day guy.
He pitched in Australia last winter. He learned a new pitch, which gives him 6. He's one of the Bats' best pitchers this summer, throwing 5 shutout innings in a recent start.
I think just a love for throwing the ball has kept me focused on that instead of all the other things that may not look so glamorous.
Maybe Randy Wynne will savor one more cup of big league brew.
I refuse to be the one-day guy.
With sports director Tyler Griever, Rick Bozich, WDRB Sports.